We talking the real American Pitbull Terrier? Yes. We're not talking about the Walmart pit, you know, the dollar store pit, you know, the Cesar Millan pit. Nah, we're talking about the real deal American Pitbull Terrier. So if anybody else got something to say, drop that comment. You know, do they have a place in today's modern world? All right, so my view on this, I'm going to say no. And the only reason I'm going to say no is because there are no pit bull programs right now that are producing dogs that can have some sort of valuable job in today's society. You know what I'm saying? It's all about work. It's all about what can this dog bring to the table. And all we see now are programs that are preserving or programs that are active, doing you know what. But the reality is that really has no place in modern society. Let's keep it a buck. You know, it makes it easier for them people to come up on your property and just snatch all your dogs away, because the dogs really have no real life application. And the worst part about it is this particular breed can do everything. Anything that any other breed can do, a good American Pit Bull Terrier can do. But the reality of the matter is unfortunately, the breed is in the hands of people that want to keep it old school. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see the dog's progress. You do things with that breed in the name of progression. Oh, you got a cur, you're breeding curs, this, that, and the third. You messing up the breed. The reality is guess what? If they decide that you can't have a breed no more, because they figure out, well, damn, there's really nothing else for these dogs to do, well, guess what? Nobody gonna have them things. They're gonna be underground. Everything can have a niche place, I suppose, but to me, a pit is a good second or third dog. There are plenty of folks who do both with the dog. It's true, but there's no real programs out there who say, okay, yeah, I'm breeding pit bulls for this specific purpose. You know what I mean? I'm breeding pits for that specific purpose. There's people that say they breeding pits for hog dogs, but, you know, I'm talking about like something that you can look at the Pit Bull Terrier in most parts of the country and say, you know what, I could use a dog for that. You know, not something specialized like hog hunting. There doesn't need to be true programs. I mean, that's an opinion. But I think for the betterment of the breed, somebody should take a couple of bloodlines, select traits that they like, make a bloodline, and actually create something here, man.
The bulldog game with the pit bulls and whatnot, they got a place anywhere. It's just you got to know where you have them and where you're gonna put them, and you also got to know where you stand with everything. You got to know your whole environment with these type of dogs. Like you can't have this type of dog living in the suburbs, and then on top of that, you can't have this type of dog living in the suburbs, allowing it to do what other suburban animals do.
Very true.
Like you need to know exactly what you have. Like you need to know exactly the type of dog that you're sitting on, the type of dog that you have, what it can and cannot do. You need to be very much aware of what this animal is. A lot of individuals can get this dog and they can do anything with it. They literally can do anything with it, and anything is the worst damn thing, to be honest. Anything is the worst thing with these animals, because you look at the majority of the public who has access to a regular pit bull, not a bulldog, but who have access to a regular pit bull, they're going to do regular shit with it. And unfortunately, in 2023, you can't do regular shit with these dogs no more based off of what the laws and all the bullshit that come with it. You can't be reckless with them and learn on the fly with them no more. This ain't the 90s. This ain't the 80s. This is society has caught up with what the hell is happening with them dogs. Them dogs have been bad shit since the 80s and probably before then. But I remember seeing the first time I saw a pit in the magazine. It was the Time magazine or Sports Illustrated. It was a Brindle pit, and it was some type of negative correlation with that dog.
I know what you, I wasn't around when it first came out, but I seen the cover.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever saw it, and that's the first time I ever seen a pit bull like that. And I didn't pay no mind of what a pit bull was and do real shit. This was in the early 80s. I had no idea what a Pitbull was until I saw that dog, and then never knew for a fact that my granddaddy had like 7 or 8 of them in the backyard. All of them look the same line. Like, what the fuck? I never knew what they were. I just knew these is dogs. But when the magazine told me this was a Pitbull, I'm like, oh shit, we got them all in the back. Had no idea. Had no fucking idea. And then when they started telling them, how they such bad dogs, I'm like, damn, I never knew this. Like the ones the one my papa got in the back, these were just straight regular pits. They were pit bulls and bulldogs. They were they was loose. These motherfuckers used to run loose in the backyard. Wow. No chains, no, they were loose. Now they wound up developing a pack mentality. They wound up developing a pack mentality. They wasn't geared towards each other. They were just a pack mentality of animals of how it was for them back then. And so far as animal aggression, I knew there was animal aggression because could no dog come to the yard? Nothing new.
Oh, about to say any animal step in that yard, it's done. Could no dog come in there? Could no new dog come in there? I damn near lost a cat fucking with them. Every damn thing. Mm-hmm. Well, all this shit when I was young, and so when I'm fast forward to now, the stuff I was able to learn on the fly, which is being like right now we would consider this a reckless owner. But what I was able to learn back then, people can't learn that shit with them right now. First off, the dogs they're way more different now, especially if you're getting it from anybody who knows anything about animal breeding. They hella more different now. They're way more geared up to engage with an animal way more quicker than they were back then. Very true.
So evolution has set in for these dogs and put them up to where since evolution is caught up right now, the regular customer of just wanting the pit bull because of the name, and you putting that dog in the hell of a situation where you're gonna get him killed, or even worse, a lot of people who won't fuck with them and who actually can afford to fuck with them dogs, they won't bother with them because they understand the hell that come with them dogs.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the second your city find out that you're breeding pit bulls, you know what I'm saying, or your neighbors find out, if you live in the suburbs, they really not going to want to deal nothing with you.
Hell no. And even more work. Go ahead.
Yeah, because they've been watching the news. They've been doing it. I mean, even, I got family members. I've so far owned 2 game bred pit bulls, and the reason I owned them is because I was looking at the paperwork, and I'm like, all right, I'm not about that life, but I see a whole bunch of man eaters in this pedigree. So I'm like, maybe I could teach this dog a little bit of protection.
Well, how were they bred? Alligator dogs?
Say what?
How was he bred? Was it an alligator bloodline?
No.
You're talking about man eaters.
The first one I had was Jack. He was Eli, Red Boy, and something else. And I was looking at the Eli stuff, and I'm like, all right, well, I've heard it was a man biting dogs, and I could be wrong, but talking to a couple folks, they was like, yeah, they know.
It's 50-50.
Yeah, they was like, oh, they known for biting folks. So when I got him, good solid dog, about 60 pounds, loved people to death, and he was interesting with animals. So interesting, he was never started, in that life, and he was kind of kept on a chain. So when I brought him out and about, he had to really get desensitized to the world. That took about 2 months. That's when that dog started showing his ass. And that's when I learned quickly, like you said, you can't learn stuff on the fly. Thank God when I was learning from this guy that this stuff didn't happen. This stuff didn't just, what's up, buddy? Thank God when this stuff was going on, it didn't happen, with a whole bunch of people around. So I was like, all right, protection's off the map with this dog. We're not doing that. Then the second one I had, damn. There's a breeder, it's an Instagram breeder. I forget his name, but he breeds pretty good dogs. Somebody bought one of his dogs and then gave it to me. Good little dog, almost 30 pounds, soaking wet, right?
Okay, you got a bulldog. Okay.
Yeah. His dog, man, he, we ain't gonna talk about his history, but he was about that life. And when I got him,
don't switch. I got you.
I
knew when you told me to wait. I knew when you told me to wait.
When I got him, I wanted him because I had tested him in a little bit of bite work just to see what he'd do to a human. And this fool didn't want to bite the equipment. He just bit my arm. So I'm like,
oh, goddamn.
I'm like, all right, you 35 pounds, so I'll show you my arm. I'm like, you 35 pounds, just take my arm. Let's see what you can do. So he holding on to my arm. He all ground. He's always, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I don't want to sound like I'm reckless with the breed because I don't agree that many of them should even learn how to bite a human being. Because that's a whole different type of fight they're going to bring to a human than a shepherd or a Malinois or something like that. You know, especially if you teach them how to enjoy biting humans. But
No, it's not.
you said what?
No, it's not. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, you know, I got him, and the person who gave it to me ended up wanting him back because they seen all the training I was putting on him. I think that's why. Ended up giving the dog back. But for me, I'll just end on this real quick before I let you go. I feel like they'll have a spot in society because, like you said, they can do everything. They'll have a spot in society if somebody sits down and creates a program and is like, okay, I want to work with a line that, you know, has these particular traits, and here's a modern job that this dog can have, you know? But yeah, what was you going to say?
Far as a modern job for them dogs, for what it's worth, I know it's cliche, but it's all in how you bring them to a situation.
Yeah.
They can do any and every damn thing with anybody. Long as you understand that dog's triggers and how to not really control, but how to mitigate certain shit. That dog can do anything that anybody else can get done. You can have that dog right next to the Malinois and he won't do shit. But I can assure you, if the Malinois get out of line, it'll bust his ass. But that take a lot of understanding of that dog, not the blood. That particular dog. That specific one animal. Not his brothers and sisters, mom, that this motherfucker you got in your yard, it's understanding that one front to back. Like the ones I got, I know for a fact I can do whatever it is I want to do with them, and I know what I can't do with them. Like this little black bitch I got in my yard, she listens to me without no problem until she gets engaged. Once she gets engaged, she don't hear shit. Now the bitch won't listen to a fucking thing. Yeah, we do. I do drive. I do bike work with them, all that type of shit.
Nice.
She won't. Once she's engaged, this bitch don't listen to nothing. Now her brother, the Brenda one I got, he pay attention. Once he engaged, he still listens for me. He's smart on this here. But his sister, she the most devastating one out the litter. This bitch don't listen to shit when she in it. Before she started, bitch is fully trained. Boy, she will fool you into thinking that I control her. She will fool you thinking, oh, he got under control. Now when she take a bite, this bitch don't hear shit no more. Now her brother, he fully focused in. He come off of when I tell him to. He going to when I tell him to. All that shit. I don't worry about him. But I also understand that we can only do this shit when it's just us and the person. It can't be another dog walking around. Yeah. They forget it. They forget about the person off top. I know for a fact them two I have right there. If it's other animals that are around, I think it's like a level 2. When you're trying to do a level 2, I'm finna lose. They finna say fuck the decoy and go straight after the dog. Okay. And then that's finna cost me money because I don't know how much they Malinois cost, and I know that I'm not finna pay the shit. I know that we finna take out running. So it's just I understand my dog. A lot of people be thinking that all of them can do like how you can sit and call out and sit right now. I can do that right now and look just as good as you. Let that damn dog get closer to his ass. Nigga, sit not finna work. It's me chasing him, hollering, screaming, and threatening. That's what's finna happen because I understand what I have. A lot of people come with the animals. They think that they're gonna normally do what you think they can do. Like, man, if you ain't sat with that dog every day, not just an hour after work, man, you're gonna have to sit your ass into this motherfucker. Like, you gonna know that. You're gonna have to know the dog. Yeah, you're gonna have to get into them, and that's the hard part for some people who not really doggers. I don't mean like just a Pitbull fan. If you're not a dog, if you're not a fan of dogs, that's gonna be real hard to get an animal in line. When you look at anybody online as a trainer who really fuck with it, you can tell they like the dogs, period, especially their favorite one. But all of them can kind of do what this favorite one is doing. All of them can kind of do what the favorite one is doing. Those are the ones that you actually will go to and deal with. When people come asking for shit off here, I run off a lot of people who like pit bulls. I have ran off many people online because of the price. Yeah. Because I understand that the shit I fuck with I understand it front to back. I've been having this since 2002. So when I was sitting there telling people, you want a puppy, you finna spend $3,000, they all got mad. They all got
Because
mad.
they want something that's $200 that they can figure out whether it's worth investing in or not.
Yeah.
And if it ain't worth investing in, they quote unquote didn't lose no money.
Yeah.
That's why they don't want to pay.
Yeah. They don't want to put no skin in the game. And me personally, I know for a fact because I remember being them. You give me a cheap ass dog, I'm finna run through it. Don't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
But if I gotta spend some money on it, I'm finna learn it. Now, luckily, I ain't bought a dog since '02, really. But
Nice.
I was able to have an understanding of what I was dealing with. And I know what I got. We done called it from '02 to today. The same shit I had back in '02, we still hold that same shit today. And we still look good, just as good now as we did back then. They compete with the best of everybody. What you got, a cane corso, man, it don't matter. I can stand right next to you and look just as good. Now, I'm not better than them. Now, I ain't finna sit and lie and say I'm better than them. Cause they little training skills is hella better than what mine is on theirs. But pound for pound, yeah, I'm finna handle you.
You can still hang with the best of them.
Yeah, hell yeah. Boy, fuck, I'll make you respect me. Well, and that's me tooting my own horn. You gonna respect me when I show up with this damn dog. But I understand the dogs I've been having for all these years. And I know for a fact if I were to just give this away or sell it for a small nominal fee to a new person, they gonna fuck it over. Because anybody with sense, anybody with animal trainer, they don't need it. They got their own shit, their own line, they doing their own thing.
Yeah.
They're competition, so they wouldn't come by. And so pretty much I make sure to not do no breedings I can't keep. And so since I can keep them all, I can put a high price tag on them. I don't want to sell nothing. But if you want to come get it, I know that you want it. And me selling a puppy for $3,000, I'm ensuring this puppy finna go to either somebody who can afford to keep it or somebody who can't afford to lose it.
Yeah. One
of the two. That's all this here is, because I know what my shit can do, and I know for a fact you finna be a happy customer with mine.
Nice.
I just know for a fact that I'm not finna let it go to the average. I'm not finna let it go to the 21-year-old me. That ain't happening.
Yeah,
that's not happening at all. Exactly. I remember who I was. I remember how reckless I was, and I remember seeing other people older and younger how reckless they were with the animals as well. I just looked up and this shit made it through.
It's just about decisions you make.
Yep, like nah, I can't let this shit leave like that. It's too much blood, sweat, and tears in this shit. So if you want it, you gonna pay for something that you want, that you either finna cherish or you can't afford to let go. One of the two. You ain't finna fuck this over. You gonna go figure something out to fuck over that.
So a person like you, it sounds like you extremely beneficial for the breed in general, because, we got guys out here that are puppy peddlers, and we just got guys out here that, really don't understand what they have in their yard, got a whole bunch of scatterbred this, scatterbred that. They just in it for the I don't know.
For the quick dollar, for the quick enjoyment.
For the quick enjoyment, the quick dollar. They're not really in it to preserve nothing. Now, with that being said, do you feel like if somebody took their resources, and let's just say they took 10 to 20 years and created their own, line off of lines that they like, that got specific traits that they like, do you think that, because everybody wants to do bull herder stuff, do you think that there'd be no need for that if a person really could put that much time into them pit bulls?
For what it's worth, it doesn't even what you asking is almost like the government talking about the war on crime. War on drugs.
Yeah.
It's gonna always be around, dude. It's gonna. I ain't paid that much attention to it since like maybe.
No.
Whenever.
I'm talking. No. I mean.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm saying that I haven't paid attention to what they use for since like 04, 05. But even still, I can read and tell they're still doing this shit.
Yeah.
So that's on them. But the people, but what you saying, like, man, if somebody just developed their own line and went to a bull herd or something else, all you would have is just another bastard pit bull, and it'd be no different from a bully. It's just they doing it over here. It's just you got you a bully 2.0 that actually has a job now.
I see what you're
That's all you make. That's literally all you make. The pit bulls come from wherever they come from then to today. They was made specifically how they was made. Them people made the ultimate, literally the ultimate warrior. Them folks developed the ultimate warrior, and anybody taking away from them and trying to make them into a house pet or a bully or a bull, whatever you want to do, all you're doing is bastardizing that animal into something else, and that it wasn't designed for. But you're giving the breed in general a better look. So literally, it's no different. All you're doing is hiding the criminals under under the umbrella of the good shit. What society's deemed the underbelly, if anybody decided 10, 20 years from now to make another damn Pitbull and it's a Bully 2.0, but they got a job, you're just hiding the underbelly of what it is. And there's nothing wrong with hiding them, but the problem will come is when that Bully 2.0 do something off the rails. It's going to fuck every damn thing up.
Yeah, I see.
It's going to bring all the hell back to the original. And nobody's going to be able to distinguish a bully, bull herder, or they're not going to distinguish them. They're going to stick them all as,
none of that.
Yep, they all the same. And now you got a whole new line within the line that done created his own new bullshit.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It comes from pretty much the cheapness of the dogs. Yeah. The dogs are literally cheap, and there's so much of them. People pay attention, don't pay attention that one bitch can pull you that's about 35, 40 pounds. That one bitch can give you like 7 or 8 puppies. Yeah. And if you in the city, 7 or 8 puppies, and you let's just say you only got the mom and daddy, but let's say you got 8 puppies, you up to 10 dogs now. Your yard ain't big enough for 10.
That's true.
And if you got puppies for sale for, well, let's say, back then it was like $500. Listen to 2023. Let's say now 500 is the new 800 is the new 500. That's a cheap ass dog, and anybody will come and get it, and you will sell to anybody because you don't have the space. Yeah, like a lot of people make breeds and don't recognize, like, man, you need to be able to take care of all of them. Be appreciative if you can get one, but you need to be able to take care of all of them. So I look at it, instead of this dog sticking this bitch here 5 or 6 times, give her 1, maybe 2. The bitch might miss it. Oh well. Yeah. Well, I mean, the breeding I did, I'm telling you from personal experience, because I was hoping the puppies I got right now, they off a bitch. She like 7 or 8 years old. I thought I missed the bitch, so I wound up sticking to a younger male. The bitch gave me 10 and it freaked me out. I was not expecting 10 dogs. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Then this was in the heart of the summer. Dude, I was sitting there watching all these puppies. This is summertime in Texas. We was every bit of 105, 106 degrees. I left all them dogs outside for nature to take its course. Only 2 died. Wow. I was so mad. Them puppies is outside, 100 degrees in nighttime. I'm like, man, I know y'all somebody gonna leave. Man, I went from 10 down to 6. 10 to 6, and I only wanted 4. So that means we got 2 extras I got to deal with. Yep. That means I'm not making no more breeds no time soon. No, and I got another bitch I wanted behind her that I'm highly favored with, but I gotta wait. Like, cause I'm not finna I'm not finna make myself have a whole yard of shit that I gotta get rid of. If everything good, I don't want to get rid of it. That's true. So it's just difficult. It's just difficult. A lot of people just make them breeds, man. They looking for that one good dog, and you got like 8 or 9 out of it. And you just finna disperse through all of them. Like, man, I don't knock no man on how or what they do. I just know that I just do differently. I've been here long enough to see certain shit, and I know that these dogs, they need something to do after their career is over. They still live. After about 5 years old, their career on the trajectory finna go down, so they missing a step. They missing a step. They fuck around, might drop some teeth out trying to hit the decoy too hard. You might find a decoy who's a little rough on this little old dog, knock teeth out. I don't want you fucking up my shit. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do for you later on. And that's the shit. These dogs live 10, 12 years old. I'm just somebody who understands the breed. I understand everything that come with them. Even when I'm in the right, I'm in the wrong. So I know for a fact I got to go the fuck away.
Like you said, though, that would cause problems for you, and everything's all about reputation. Everything's about reputation. Because I know when I'm young when it comes to dogs. I'm just young, period. And when I first got introduced to dogs, the way my street was, you could walk a dog down the street, and 2 houses will just let bull breeds out on your dog while you're walking. Oh, my bad. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Oh, my bad. And that's when I had learned, like, man, I can't own certain dogs around here. I can't have a little golden retriever. I got to have something that if something come flying out this house, we going to whoop its ass. It's just that simple. That's
right. That's right.
So I started off with Rotties. And it was interesting because, you're talking the expert, quote unquote, about Rottweilers, Rottweilers of this, Rottweilers of that. man, my Rotties understood how to defend themselves against a dog. They would get low. They wouldn't let them get near the legs. And they knew I was coming and stomping and punching alongside with them fighting. So
Self in the hip.
exactly. It was very interesting, man. Very interesting times doing that stuff, man. But, you know,
But this is
now
the early
I try to,
2000s?
yeah. This is,
Yeah,
shit,
I figured so.
I'm 27, so I got into dogs when I was a teenager. And my introduction to the American Pit Bull Terrier was interesting. It was kind of similar to yours. I'm walking with my Roddy. I'm walking through the park, and this guy got a Sorrells dog. I didn't know what that was at the time. And I'm like, yo, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's a pit. Now, me, I thought a pit was like a dog with a, gray and big head and all that.
Big
So I'm
head.
like, that ain't no pit. He was like, yeah, it's a pit. So, yeah, I'm like, what is this little thing? Now, she was nice. She was compact. She almost looked like a staff.
Yeah.
And her name was Buttercup. So I tied up my Roddy. I checked the dog out, and I was one of them stupid dog owners back then. Like, oh, can my dog meet your dog? You know.
Oh, goddamn. At least you honest, boy. At least you honest.
I
with
was
this
stupid,
shit.
man. And he was like, no. So I'm like, what? I'm like, this. I got a 110-pound Roddy. Why this guy acting like this little dog could do something to my Roddy? You know. But long story short, he let me play with the flirt pole with the dog, and just the speed and the athleticism was something I wasn't used to. And I'm like, damn, this thing is awesome. Long story short, we exchanged contacts, and this dude took me to my first ADBA show, and I was amazed. I was like, whoa, what? I see all these dogs lean, ripped up, you know, all this attitude. It was beautiful. And ever since then, I've been going to them. You know, I go to the tri-state one. I just go. It's nice. It's really nice to see. Then I've owned 2 of them. Do I think I'm going to go back to owning them? Probably not, because, you know, I'm in a mixture of hood and suburbs. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the hood, but literally a 5-minute walk, I'm in the suburbs. So I can get away with a lot of stuff with this guy, like having him off the leash, having him pull a sled, having him work the spring pole, flirt pole. Anytime I did it with my bull breeds, even my 11-year-old American Bulldog, people stop, people stare, people don't like it. Animal control gets called. So I've gone out of my way to talk to animal control. Like, look, I'm a good guy. This is what I do. Y'all need me to volunteer at the shelter, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't get bothered. You know? I don't get bothered. Now when they call, it's like, oh, does he look like this and the dog look like that? Yeah. Well, he ain't doing nothing. You know?
I mean, look here, boy. You do what's best for you, man. That shit working, man. Keep it up like that. Keep it up like that. I'm just somebody who just used to just moving in the shadows. Like, man, I done seen so many people doing what you do, and all it takes is that one look, I guess a Karen or a Ken who ain't got shit to do but fuck with you. Oh, you right. They bring the hell. I'll be like, man,
You're 100% right. We plan on relocating, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not gonna extend myself out like I did around here, but it did work out here. I'm not gonna lie, it worked in my favor.
Look, if that shit work, man, keep it up or just stay with it however it is. But I sit and tell anybody listening, any new people, man, everybody ain't you. Don't do that shit.
That's true.
Man,
yeah, that's very true.
Put your head down and just keep fucking moving around.
Hell yeah.
If you want to, your dogs is for you. They not for the neighborhood. They not for your neighbors. They for you. You want to protect them. The best thing you can do is keep people from knowing what the fuck you have. That's the best thing. Unless your neighbors is cool. Luckily, no, the places I've lived with them. Luckily, the places I've lived, all neighbors been cool. All neighborhoods been cool. Yeah. One, they can't act up too damn much because they be fucking up too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people got little reckless little animals. I'm always having problems with fucking chihuahuas no matter where I go.
Why she got that fucking dog off the leash?
God. So boy, shit. But listening to you just scared the shit out of me. I can't go nowhere. I can't never leave until nighttime.
This lady pop out the car with a corgi and just let it run off the leash, and it's like, yo, man. And I hate it because I'm not gonna lie, I do this a lot, but I tell people don't follow my example because I got control over my fucking dog. So when I'm walking around, you know, the police, the ones that know me, the ones that see me grow up, I never get, put the dog on the leash, this, that, and the third. I've even had a cop tell me one time, like, look, if it was anybody else, I'd tell you to put the dog on the leash, but I know you got control. But I tell folks, I'm like, don't copy this shit, man, because you don't have the same fucking control.
That is true. That is very much true, man. That's very much true.
I could, and me.
Don't do as I do.
Facts. And me, I could fucking, turn my mind off and handle the dog. A lot of people don't know how to do that shit. They got to be on the phone. They got whatever happened throughout the day on their mind, and now the dog is out of their sight, doing some dumb shit, chewing a kid or something, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It is a little rough lifestyle to come across, man. Look, I done let everybody know, man. Don't mimic me, boy. Do not mimic what I'm doing, because I'm ready for the bullshit to come with it. I just look up and it don't show.
Yeah.
But I know the bullshit to come with it. I'm ready to sit and throw a fit, cry, bitch, and get it done.
Facts.
Don't mimic me, because you ain't ready for the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I know all the problems that come with this here, and I'm ready for any surprise problem. Like, well, I fucked up there, but all right, fuck it.
But you know what? That was good advice. That was good advice that you just gave about just keeping people out of your business. Because even with the protection dogs, I feel like that's going to get regulated soon. And I feel like it's going to get regulated soon because a lot of people are getting robbed of their money. And there's a lot of people out here that pretend like they know how to train protection dogs. But in reality, they train the dogs, it just making them dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I could walk through a mall with him off the leash. I don't got to worry about him bothering nobody. He ain't going to bother nobody's dog. And we fine. My Dutch Shepherd, I can't do that with her. She'd make a great... I was just explaining that to somebody. She's affected by proximity. So you get close to her, she's affected by that. Can I mask that with obedience? Sure. Do I want to? No. Because it's like, if she really that affected by proximity, I'm not going to put her in positions where she could fail and bite somebody. Because then she'll actually be considered a dangerous dog, because that means she'll bite unprovoked.
Correct. That's you understanding your dog.
Have to. And I think that's really the key. That's why I said it was a good piece of advice. A lot of people don't know what kind of dog they have. They watch all this training and they think, okay, I can do that with any dog. That's not the case. That's really not the case. My American Bulldog, which I talk about all the time, she's 11, going on 12 now. I got her from clients of mine, and they hired me to train her because she broke the husband's hand from excessive pulling, bit the wife up, and then killed their dog.
Damn.
Yeah, American Bulldog. And it took 4 weeks to train her in a board and train program. I hate to say it, one of the easiest dogs I ever trained. And I told him, I was like, yo, this is not the dog's fault. Y'all niggas went and got a dog and didn't give it a job. And y'all was babying it, and now she started running your house. It's just that simple.
Yep.
So
it's exactly like that. On the problem.
Oh yeah. So I tell her story, and people get so much hope. And I was like, yeah, but you got to realize, she was a genetically sound dog. She didn't have these issues because of genetics or faulty traits. She had these issues because of upbringing.
Yep.
And then people will look at a dog that's got fucked up traits and fucked up genetics and be like, well, I could do it too. No, you can't. No matter how hard you try, you can't. Because I've taken her, I hate dog parks, but I did it for, I ain't gonna lie, I did it for clout. Just for putting a video up on it.
Let me show you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, here's what I could do. Here's how much I trust my program. I threw her up in a dog park. You know what I'm saying? Give her on all these commands. I put a GoPro on her back so you can see how she was interacting. I make her jump the gate into the dog park, so it's an attention grabber right off the bat.
I see you, boy. I see you, boy. Okay.
And people, again, people want to copy. It's no good.
Oh,
and it's no good. And to tie it right back around into the main topic, even myself, when I had seen the American Pitbull Terrier, read up on their history, talked to a couple dog men, been to a couple of the ADBA shows, I'm like, man, I could probably have one of these things in my life. And I learned quickly, maybe not. maybe not, because they do some shit that's so unexplainable, man. Like the one I was telling you about, the Eli Red Boy dog, right? Eli Red Boy Jeep. We went out and bought a puppy. We raised that puppy. He was good around that puppy. We outside one day, she's walking, he just hit her in the back leg, tried to rip her leg off. He could interact with her indoors. He can't interact with her outdoors at all. Just can't. So I co-own that dog with somebody else right now, and I co-own the puppy with somebody else. Same thing. He'll be so cool with her indoors. They can share food. They can do all this dumb shit, which I tell him not to do. But the second they step outside, he can't be around her. It's not possible. So I'm like, is this a prey thing? What is this? But they do such weird things. Like you said, I didn't have the time to really sit back and study that dog and realize why he's doing this stuff. But, you know, it's weird shit.
It do be rough and weird shit from time to time with them motherfuckers. I mean, but at least you was able to recognize the signs of like, man, I know where I'm at in life with this, and I know what I can and can't do.
I appreciate
a lot of people don't know that about themselves. They don't know. They don't have self-awareness of them or the dog, and they just keep it moving, and they just cause a lot of harm. I mean,
it's the truth.
Anybody can get one of these motherfuckers, man, and that's almost like the bad part. But I mean, shit, a good dog is where you find them, and they'll pop up in anybody's hands.
Yeah.
A good dog will pop up in anybody's hands, and they're so accessible to anybody. You just can't pinpoint it to, oh, you only go here to get one, and you can find them any fucking way.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why people don't want to spend money on them. Because there's so many of them who ain't good, but there's so many of them who are. And the ones who are good, they usually didn't cost a lot of money. They usually didn't have to spend an arm and a leg to keep this fucking dog.
Very true.
So I mean, I understand any and everybody's complaint about these dogs, as far as their price, as far as what they can do, what they should do, what they should do. I understand I understand what everybody's saying, and I just keep it to myself. I just keep walking my fucking dog. I can't do nothing about what nobody's saying or what they want, man. Look, I've been around long enough. I done seen everybody come in want to change some shit. I've been here, and I have not seen not one change as far as the betterment toward these motherfuckers. Not one. I done seen a lot of tighten up on the leash. I done seen a lot of leash tightening up to where you finna go through hell with these motherfuckers. I done seen that a lot.
Yeah.
But I ain't come across nothing that I consider to be, oh, this is real good. I ain't come across it. At least
that's 1,000%. That's 1,000% valid. So, towards the topic of do they have a place in the modern world? They have a place, but that place needs to pretty much remain the same as how they came in.
Exactly where they be. Like, man, you got to keep them there, because unless you finna find a niche of people that is just like the bully breed, unless you finna find a niche of people who are just like the bully breed, and they're finna create this dog to be into whatever that working shit is, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Like I look at the folks who got the bullies, them is the biggest piece of shit I ever come across. I don't like them dogs, but I do like the owners.
Yeah,
and I love their business acumen. They business acumen, they work ethic on them dogs. I can't do nothing but tip my hat to them and respect them. Them dudes, they all come together. They all put their money together. They all promote their breed of dogs. Even though them dogs is worthless, them dudes put together the best example of what they want out of them dogs. They present it as a whole, and it's all walks of life engaged with those bullies. It's all walks of life engaged with them bullies, and a lot of them don't agree and disagree with certain shit, but they all come together when it's time to promote them animals in the right light. They all show up like that.
That's true.
Damn. Like I do respect the hustle for them dogs of the owners. I respect the hustle of that shit. Like, man, if the Bulldog world did that shit, boy, you talk about a monster.
Yeah.
Talk about 100%. A monster.
100%.
But
what is my fault?
Go ahead.
What inspired that question for the live that I had posted was I had somebody who's involved with pits, and she had an idea. She was like, man, I know you can train dogs and sell them as protection dogs, right? I'm like, yeah, I can do that, and that's what I specialize in. And she's like, okay, well, how come we can't do that with the Pitbull? And I'm like, well, the Pitbull kind of has a really bad reputation, and people don't even know what a real Pitbull looks like. Just bull breeds, period, have a bad reputation. There's no real market for a fully trained bull breed to be sold as a protection dog. There's guys that have tried it. We all know that dog Hulk. The fucking, I don't even think they XL.
Oh yeah, that big ass red dog.
Yeah. We all know dogs like that. And in the beginning, you could look at the program and you're like, okay, these dogs are being sold as protection dogs. They're not anymore. Now they just sold as showpieces, because the market for big ass or just the market for bull breeds, period, as fully trained protection dogs isn't there. So I'm like, it's no market for this. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, all right, well, let me ask what people think about this, and I've pretty much gotten the same answer every time. It's just no market for it. Like you said, it's a
Correct.
specialized few that are doing it. Some guys are taking these dogs in high places in sport. You know, you got a few people that got the right dog doing protection, but it's just not ever going to be a common thing. It's not going to come up as a household name.
Nah.
There's even stories of people in the military using them.
Yeah.
You know, you watch some of these podcasts and whatnot, but it's just like I guess like you said, it's not worth it.
It's always the exception to the rule. It's just not a bunch of exceptions. The rule is they not for this. They can't do this here. They won't do this here. That's just the rule because you look at them, the way they're created, they're not for that. I mean, these dogs is people friendly. They have no desire to bite nothing of a person, period. Majority of them. You got the outlaws who will whoop a person's ass. You got them. But the majority of them don't have the desire to do that shit. You got to teach them how to do it. And even when you teach them how to do it, they only have a desire to do it on that toy, not in real life.
That was the 60-pound one that I had. Man, he would key up on a suit. He would do a whole bunch of stuff for a prey item. But the second you reinforce the bite, he's letting go. Yeah. He's like, oh shit, I'm hurting.
They not geared and made for whooping on people's ass. Now the ones who do whoop on people's ass, they not geared for training because they just finna whoop anything. Yeah. They just not finna. You're not finna. I mean, you can with the right person can hone in and get that dog under control. The right one can, but the right one don't own that dog. Somebody else owns that dog. Yeah. And they not finna put no effort into putting this dog in and whooping on people's ass. That's true. They just not finna do it. So I mean, it can be the right dogs are in the hands of the wrong people.
It's true.
It's just mixed matching right now. Because if you want an animal who can whoop a person's ass, you probably won't get him. You're gonna get you a friendly one who'll do it. You get one who'll probably bite the sleeve. Well, like all mine, they'll bite the sleeve. Yeah. Put a person in front of them, they looking at you weird. Like I'm not gonna do nothing to his ass. But you put the toys in their face, dogs is foaming at the mouth. Because they understand what's fixing to happen. Because it's a game to them. It's a game. You put the suit on, you put the sleeve on. Oh yeah, they finna fuck it over. You come straight to them with just your clothes on. They just waiting on you to pet them. No matter how you acting, they waiting on you to pet them. Like I gotta get another dog. Yeah. Somebody gonna steal y'all.
I got a question. You probably already answered it. What's your thoughts on band dog programs that have heavy Pitbull influence?
It's nothing. It's all based off the program of what they want for that shit. Now I don't see a reason why you would put a Pitbull in the band dog for nothing if you don't want it to be animal aggressive. Nothing. If you don't want that band dog to show no trace of animal aggression, there's no reason to introduce a Pitbull into it whatsoever. Because once you put a pit in there, especially if you get you a real pit, not some from the shelter. You're getting you a real pit that you have eyed into, like, man, I like this dog, he's showing all the signs I want to, and you know this motherfucker is animal aggressive, and you still decide to do it, you need to have an understanding that, boy, it's going to take you about 7 breeds to get that out of there. Yeah. It's going to take about 7 breedings on that particular dog to start diluting that animal aggression. But even then, you're going to take away some other shit that you was looking for. Whether this dog had a certain type of muzzle feature, whether the dog had a certain tail, had a certain skin tone, or her, you finna take away that shit too when you're getting rid of the animal aggression. So it's just anybody who putting pit bulls in to do any damn thing that's not animal aggressive type shit, you need to have an understanding of the longevity it's gonna take to get what you was looking for. You ain't finna hit the first breed. You're not finna hit it at all, because even your regular street pit or even your street pit from out the pound, if it's a pit, if you breed that motherfucker, man, animal aggression is going to show up. You can see so many people, old white ladies who got their little red-nosed little puppy who they've been having since he was like 6 weeks old. Now this dog is 4 years old, never had an issue ever. It's the sweetest damn thing in the world. And out the blue, you see this lady having a problem with this motherfucker in the street on somebody else's dog. Because somebody else's dog got loose and ran up on him, showed slight aggression toward this dog, who ain't never showed that before. and now this dog is cranked up.
Yep.
And this little old white lady don't know what the fuck to do with this dog. She's scared of it now. The dog never did anything like this before, but now it finally has, and it does not cut off, and she don't know what to do with it. If anybody getting the Pitbull that do not understand and register that these dogs are animal aggressive, you're never going to be happy with that dog once it does show its genetics.
That makes 100% sense. I feel like that's a major issue with these KNVP dogs, too, because we know there's a lot of bull breed influence in some of these herders that you look at. You can see it in the face, you can see it in the jaw, you can see it in the body, the muscle tone.
Oh, yeah.
And people are like, oh, yeah, that's a Malinois. No, it's not. A Malinois is more so like a feathery dog. It's a real light, light feathery animal. It don't look like a conditioned bulldog.
Yep.
You know,
I seen the
like
first one. I seen the first one on social media. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, it was a beautiful Malinois, but it had a big bull body. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I asked the dude, I said, what is that? He said, it's a Malinois. I ain't even argue with him. Like, I don't give a fuck. I know something else in this dog. I know damn well this ain't. I know top and bottom, he ain't. The mom and daddy might be Malinois, boy, but shit, it's no different from white people with black people in their genetics. You shake that tree, somebody gonna fall out. Because I can tell you off top, this ain't full-blooded. You shake this tree, you gonna find out somebody lied to you on these papers. Somebody lied to you on these papers. Because this dog is showing complete. There's no reason why this malnutrition German Shepherd now looks like a stocked-up pig. Because that's all I used to. When I saw Malinois, I thought they were just a skinny Shepherd. Like, what the fuck is this? But that's when I first seen them. I didn't know their names. I was like, man, somebody ain't feeding that German Shepherd. And I realized, oh, this is what they do. Okay, cool. And then, they do what they do. And then fast forward, I see them now, a couple of them now, they ripped up, little tight. They got a little tight thin hair. Like, oh, what the hell is this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, nah,
the hardest
right.
biting dog. The hardest biting dog I ever been bit by was a Dutch Shepherd that you could tell had heavy bull breed influence in it because he had the thinnest, the shortest, thinnest coat in the world. Had these big old monster jaws and the bite on this dog. It was terrifying because I wear a comp weight suit, so it's not a whole bunch of material. Reason I wear a comp weight suit, I don't want dogs grabbing a bunch of material. I want them finding a bone, because in my opinion, you're
a real man. You're a real man. What? You're a real man.
Hey, I ain't tooting my own horn, but I want them finding the bone, and I find that dogs that are constantly chewing on equipment all day, unless they have a good default as far as their genetics go, they might bite a person who got a thick leather jacket on and start trying to engage with that jacket instead of the man.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
But I took a bite from that comp weight dog, man. I mean, that dog in that comp weight suit. My bicep was destroyed for 2 weeks, and I'm just like, man. Boy. I'm like, damn. You know the bull breed was in that dog. The way he was biting, the way he was fighting me, you could just see it. Heel.
Right,
Zero.
let me tell you something, man.
What's up?
You the real MVP, bro. Because it ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn way. And excuse me, man. I've been fighting this goddamn cold for the last 3 days. This shit kicking my ass.
Oh shit.
But
I feel better, yo.
Nah, I appreciate it. But ain't no damn way. Look, I love.
Hey, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying? I'm here.
Well, okay. Well, look, man, you
boy,
said
your good time is motherfucker, boy.
Yeah. You said it, because I was about to say, ain't no way I'm gonna let a dog find my bones, all in the name of nah, I'm not doing that. You the real MVP for that, man. But
he just made somebody cry the other day who had him in the suit.
Yeah, nah, I'm not doing that. Hey, but to answer the question, man, I really don't think they do. That's why they trying to rebrand them as protection dogs.
The band dogs. Or the Pitbull.
So, yeah, the Pitbull.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you know what we all know what pit bulls were originally bred for. That ain't no secret. So
nope.
Right.
If we know what they were originally bred for, then if we're going to answer the question honestly, then no, they don't have a place in the current society. Because if you're still breeding the original pit bull, right, then what purpose do they have outside of dog fighting and bull baiting?
And a little bit of catch work here and there.
Yeah, a little bit of catch work. They were not originally protection dogs. Now, it's always going to be the outliers. There's always going to be the exception to the rule, right? But for the most part, that's not what them dogs were bred for.
Yeah.
And let's be real. most people can't handle them high drive, high possession. You know, most people can't handle them damn dogs, man.
I'll tell y'all a quick story real fast. The second one that I owned, we named Chico. Like I said, he's about 30 pounds soaking wet. Now, the previous owner, she had warned me. She said, yo, you ain't seen drive like this on a dog. Now, I got mountain walk experience, you know, so I'm like, all right, I seen drive like this before. Like, it ain't nothing new. I get to know the dog. I'm allowing him to make mistakes with me for a specific reason because, you know, she was a good handler, but she was kind of hard on this dog. He ended up shutting down. So I wanted to teach the dog, look, you make a mistake, we fix that shit, we move on. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm walking in the woods with this dog. It's probably like a month into owning him. Like an idiot, I got him off leash. And I got an e-collar on him. I'm like, all right, you know, he's got a good foundation and obedience, he'll listen. And he had been listening all through the city and all that. He seen this herd of deer. He just took off. So I'm recalling. I'm like, yo, Chico. I raised my e-collar all the way up to 127. I'm like, damn, is this shit broken? He come back when he want to, and I'm still tapping the e-collar. I'm looking at his neck. His neck's just twitching. He's sitting there wagging his tail like nothing. I was like, holy shit. The tolerance on this dog. Just the tolerance.
Fired his ass up and his ass was on it. What?
Yeah, he didn't care.
His neck up and he getting geeked up.
He was like, okay, cool. This make me want to get it more, you know. So it was wild watching that dog work.
Yeah, that's a learning experience, boy. All you did was trick that dog with little pain receptors to nigga. All I gotta do is put my mouth on something right there. I'm already getting it. All I gotta do is let me give something out right fast.
Yeah.
Those kind of dogs.
I don't have issues.
Don't do shit but piss them off even more.
Oh yeah. I learned
I
not the hard way. I learned that the hard way with my American Bulldog. I had an e-collar on her. This was years ago, and my German Shepherd got into it with her, so I went to correct her at the wrong time with an e-collar. And again, I didn't know what I was doing with the tool at the time. That's something you should never do. When she felt that correction, she grabbed my German Shepherd and flipped him on his back.
Yeah. What kind of dog was this?
That was Diamond, my American Bulldog.
Oh, Bulldog.
You know, so she about 80 pounds and strong as fuck, even at 11 years old. And she just whooped his ass. I felt like shit. I was like, damn, yo. But, you know, I learned from those experiences. I'm always willing to share those experiences. I'm not perfect. And any dog trainer that pretends to be perfect, any breeder that pretends to be perfect, they ain't really learned some shit. That means they just ate up somebody else's information and regurgitated it out without actually trying shit on their own. Where's the trial and error?
Well, that's our social media, boy.
That's true.
That's our social media.
That's true. That's true.
I see everybody imitating everybody.
That's a fact. Like you said, you know your dog since he was 2 years old. A lot of people not in that same position. They don't have that amount of trial and error.
No, not 2 years old. Since 02. Since 2002.
Okay.
Bloodline.
Okay.
Yeah. That's bloodline I've been fucking with since 2002. I've been having pits all my damn life. But this particular bloodline that I'm honing in right now that you see all on my face, them dogs came from 2002.
Damn.
I was part of the few who was able to keep that shit. Like I done talked to so many people who everybody, man, my first good one, everybody first good one, they don't have access to no more. I still got mine.
Yeah.
I still got mine, and I'm still breeding down from what the hell I started with. I'm still breeding down from that shit there. I'm the only nigga that you gonna know, but you don't know, I actually had a Pitbull that was on television, and it wasn't the fucking news. I still get a check for that dog.
Oh, shit.
That same one. Yep. He was on Ninja Warrior, and I did two TV shows, and I did a movie with that dog. So all because they wanted a dog, a Pitbull that looked aggressive but wasn't. He fit the part. I still get checked for that dog.
Nice.
That same shit from 2002.
Hell yeah. What movie or TV spot?
The movie was an independent film, but TV show was a TV show called Chase, and it was American Ninja Warrior, and I did that show. That was like way 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 08, 09, something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, that was.
So what it sounds like for the American Pitbull Terrier, there needs to be owners that keep the traits alive, keep the breed alive, but just go out and do things responsibly with the dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Long as you know what you're doing, long as you got a purpose for this motherfucker, and I don't care what it is, good or bad. Long as you got a purpose for it and you're going to stick with it, That's how you keep your dog, keep the line of dogs that you fucking with together. It's just simple as that. Whether good or bad, long as you sticking with the shit and you don't go left or right, you just stay focused in on it. Whether it's decoy work or some other shit, whatever you come up with, long as you sticking with that, you ain't gonna have an issue with nothing. Everything gonna work through. It's gonna work out. You just gotta have a plan for tomorrow and not just today.
That makes sense.
Tomorrow show up real quickly.
So Act, what's your thoughts on the breed experiences that you've had when it comes to protection work? Because I see you've had the Alibis, you've had the Connie Corso, you got the Roddy. For the average family that's willing to put in a decent amount of work, based off of your breed experience, what would you push towards them?
My top 3 breeds would be Corsos, Rotties, and Presses. The main reason is because they have that natural protection instinct, if bred correctly, right?
Yeah.
If bred correctly, that's the caveat. If they're bred how they were originally supposed to, to their original standard, then, they're going to have that natural protective instinct. But the other main reason is because, in my personal opinion, as far as protection is concerned, they got enough pain to stay in the fight, but it's not excessive to where when you're training the dog, their pain tolerance is so high, it's hard to correct the dog, it's hard to control the dog. Their drive is so high that, like you regular everyday person can't deal with that kind of drive.
Yeah.
So those typically mastiffs. If I had to categorize the group of dogs, it would be mastiffs because they have just enough fight for the average everyday person, and they have just enough ability as far as overall training experience for the average everyday person to be able to handle it.
Nice.
And German Shepherds. I would have to put Shepherds in there, even though some German Shepherds can have a lot of drive. But I think they're still very biddable as well.
Oh, yeah. Can't go wrong with a German Shepherd.
Yeah. I personally just don't like long-haired dogs. But that's the worst part about the breed. Yeah. But I can't be biased, and overlook the ability of the dog. So I would have to put Shepherds up there, German Shepherds specifically.
Hey man, I think that answer is awesome because, the Mastiff is the original close quarter guardian. So they're great for home defense. They're great for, you want to take that grocery store trip, leave the windows open in the car, go do your groceries, come out. You got the dog with you just in case anybody get near you, try to steal your purse or some shit. They good dogs. They good dogs.
True that.
And I feel like where the industry gets it twisted, especially when it comes to the Malinois and some more higher drive dogs, is they're showing a lot of stuff that the average person just does not need. You don't need a super tactical John Wick dog to keep your family safe.
Right.
Is it cool to have? I mean, sure. If you're willing to pay that $100,000, all right. But you better know how the law works, and once you realize how the law works, you're going to realize 90% of the shit that dog been taught to do, you can't even do.
Oh, hold on. I'm just trying to look good on the ground. It's done on y'all.
I hear that.
I'm just trying to let you know what my dog can do so that you know that I'm better than you. That's all. I just want to stun on the ground.
Right.
You flexing on him. Hell yeah.
I don't even want to feed this motherfucker. I just want to be able to take pictures and show you that this mine and I can whoop your ass in whatever shows it is. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. After I get off this app, I want to go back to doing nothing. But every time I turn this app on, I want you to know I'm that motherfucker. That's all it is.
Hey, it might sound funny, but keep it a buck. When you think like that, it just elevates you over your competition all the time. You can't be good without competition.
Now
Because what are you working
cannot
for at the end of the day?
Now you have no idea how good you are until you in front of someone who is your competitor.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of motherfuckers find out you ain't that good. You ain't as good as you thought you were, or even worse. Yeah, you good in your little city, but get your ass over here into the world.
Yeah.
It's no different from kids going from high school to college.
Oh yeah.
Whatever, Alabama, whatever it is, playing the sport. You the main attraction at your school and your city and your district. You the main motherfucker there. That coach come to your house, talk to you and your mama, recruit you, and tell you everything that you want to hear, send you straight to that college. You get there, it's 3 more other motherfuckers in your position that you got to work for. Like, what the hell is this? Hey man, look, we got to find out who good. All y'all top tier. Who the best out of y'all folk, so we can use you. That's all it is. Because the schools already know, and it's no different from dogging or whatever. Man, one of y'all going to flunk out of school. One of y'all going to want to miss going back home. One of y'all ain't going to like to work. And then one of y'all going to be just good enough to get on the field. Out of 4, I'm going to get one of y'all. Out of 4 of y'all who are the exact same, one of y'all going to be able to turn out. Just one. But I got to have all y'all to figure this shit out first. And that's having an understanding of your program. Everybody ain't the best when it comes down to checking. When it's time for me to check you, y'all, I don't expect all y'all to make it. I'm surprised if I get more than 2. Yeah. I'm happy with just 1, because usually you won't get that. 2, I'm on my hot shit. Past 2, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing, boy. But I'm lucky if it's 2. But I know for a fact I can get 1 good one out of you folks. I can get somebody who fit the bill. But it's just difficult across the board. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're looking for. And when you do know what you're looking for, you're real specific as to what you want, because a lot of people don't pay attention that everybody dog that's a good one is usually an extension of the owner. Like that dog is an extension of this motherfucker. So if you liking this dog, you like what the owner is able to do. You don't really like the dog or the bloodline. You like what the owner's showing you with this dog. Yeah. And you trying to buy this dog something similar to him, unless you finna buy that exact same dog, or you finna get the dog that this owner has created himself, that you're willing to buy that, that's the only way you're going to get that dog. Because that dog bloodline and pedigree, you can go buy from the next door neighbor. If it don't come out of this person's hands and his training, you're not finna get what you're expecting. You're going to get what you get. If you want his shit, you got to go straight to him. You can't go to someone. You can't go to the thrifty nickel shit. You can't go to the Dollar General shit. You got to go straight to the Hermes. You got to go straight to the person, and hopefully he cool with you. He'll cut you 10% discount or something. But it just depends. But I see a lot of individuals deciding that they're gonna go to the next person to get the same shit. Like, man, you get this exact same bloodline. I have directed so many people to other famous people in my dog's pedigree. Man, you need to go to him. You need to go to him. Cause one, they cheaper, but 2, we selling something different. Like you go to a lot of people want to go to the source, and I applaud anybody who go to the source. I never had to, but if you go to the source, understand what you're getting from the source. You're getting a blank canvas of an old picture. You're not getting the new canvas of a new picture that you're reading about. This dude is selling you something from the old times that you have to create yourself to your new standard. He's not selling you something.
A foundation, and you just got to build on it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And you have to make this into something for yourself. They not making it. They giving you the old shit and telling you go out there and be somebody with it. But a lot of people go out there, go to the source, come back to the house, and think they got it. Like, man, you got literally a blank canvas. You need to put the paint to the brush and put it on this damn canvas, dude, because the picture not made. It's not made at all. So when you go into the source, they giving you a complete blank canvas. If you want something if you want a picture already, go to your competitors or your competitors' competitors. They already got a picture that that you're looking at. Like, I want my dog like this here. Okay, if you don't want to go to your school, don't go to that person. Go to his competitors, because they compete against him. They dog sit and stay just like how his do. So figure out if you can work with them. Spend with the people who actually working instead of the people who are selling old work. Spend with the motherfuckers who got something that's working today instead of somebody who had something that was working in the 90s.
Now that makes 1,000% sense. If I got a bloodline of protection dogs, and this dog is off a dog that was around 99, you know what I mean, 1999, what does that mean now? Unless I'm really making sure them dogs are still doing what they're supposed to do. It doesn't mean nothing.
Boys, hell, everything done changed. The voltage in them e-collars done got better since 99. The scenarios done changed since 99. Oh, yeah. Motherfucker got better pistols, got better knives, got better bats since they did back then. So it's hella different now than it was in the 90s. So if you get you an up-to-date dog who has been trained in the up-to-date days of working for a sport or protection, you do a hell of a lot more better with an up-to-date animal than you do animals from the 90s, which is, I got frozen sperm from Ren 1010. I don't want that shit. It's not finna. It's not finna work for me, man.
It's true.
It's not finna. Ren 1010 is supposed to have been dead, and he been dead. I promise you, Ren 1010 cannot compete against shit today.
Yep.
He is finna get fucked over today.
Yep.
He is not finna do this here. If you're doing something out Ren 1010, there better be a damn China in your curio cabinet. Hey, he just for show. We don't touch him. We don't even let he don't even drink tap water. He got to drink the Voss. I don't really risk nothing with his ass. I don't think this motherfucker can live outside the AC past 30 minutes. Got to bring him in the house.
Straight up show dog.
Yep. So when you getting old sperm from other people, from a highly reputable dog from back in the gap, man, that was back in the gap. I can assure you, something that he making today compared to somebody who bred something down from him for 20 years. They're gonna run through it every time.
Yeah.
They're gonna his generation of breeding is gonna run through his kids every time they meet up. They gonna his whoever done made something that looks good, no generational down. You put it next to him, they gonna outshine him. They're gonna sit, they're gonna stay, they're gonna hit the whatever the fuck you trying to make them do. They're gonna outshine his kids because somebody has been breeding better and better and better since then. And you trying to hop into the 90s in 2023. Yeah. I got this. Yeah, you finna be mad when you put this dog out there.
No,
you finna be disappointed.
That makes a whole lot of sense. And again, a lot of people are just afraid of trial and error. You know what I mean? They're afraid of going through and building their own. You know, shit. If you look at protection scenarios, everybody is pretty much doing the same old shit. And a lot of the stuff just doesn't make sense. So then I'm watching things that, quote unquote, your dog is a proven protection dog, but it's doing scenarios that would never happen in real life. Who's gonna fucking stick their who's gonna fucking stick their arm in your car to rob you? You know, if they really want your car, you're gonna get shot and your dog gonna get shot. Or they didn't see your dog in there, so now they run up and grab, open your door, and okay, well you better hope your dog just hit the guy as soon as the door is open. While you hit the gas. Shit, we did a test the other day because I see a lot of people talk about attack on handler drills, and I watch these drills. And the decoy kind of does a slow jog up to the handler while screaming and presenting a bite for the dog. And, now the dog stopped you from getting attacked by somebody. That's not how people attack people, though. When you look at the police test, that 21-foot test, that said that the average man can run 2 seconds. He can travel 21 feet. So that was kind of like their justification for why they can draw down on somebody that's a little bit of a distance away if they have something like a knife. So I'm like, all right, well, let's put this to test for protection. Let's see how it works with a dog. I found a dude that I'm training how to be a decoy. This dude is probably 6 foot, 260 pounds. I said, all right, run from this area to that area, and let's see how fast we can time you. This motherfucker ran it in a second and a half. So I was like, all right, take this dummy knife. I'm going to stand here. I'm not paying attention. Stab me. Same thing. Second and a half. I put him in the soup pants. Same thing, second and a half. I was like, damn. So let's introduce a dog into this. You sitting outside the corner store on the phone with somebody, and now somebody just ran up to you to stab you. You in New York. Somebody went crazy. They want to slash you or something. Let's see how fast the dog can respond. And what I found is, damn, when you don't present the bite, the dog got to work extra fucking hard to stop this person. So now when it comes to protection, you got to teach that person situational awareness, number one. The dog is not the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? That piss smell on the corner is more important to the dog than you. And even though the dog paying attention to you, that dog might be like, damn, I really want to mark my territory right now. So he might miss some shit. So we had ran that drill a couple times. We had the fake pistols out and shit. I wanted to see how fast I could draw on him running. It was close every time. And it was a whole bunch of times where the dog would target the man, get a bite, and he'd shake him off. I'm in the position where I'm in a position where it's like, look, don't make this picture fucking easy for my dog, because guess what? Nobody in real life is going to give your dog a bite unless they're ready to stab the shit out of your dog. And then they still probably not going to give your dog a bite. They're just going to stab your fucking dog. So I had to teach this shepherd I'm walking with, like, yo, this isn't going to be easy for you, man. Figure out how to stop this guy from running at me. And by the probably sixth time, he figured out exactly where he needed to bite to stop the guy from running. And what he would do is he would let the guy get past him and then hit him somewhere in the back. And it would literally just hit the brakes on this dude, make him stop. So again, I'm willing to test with trial and error and see, okay, what works and what doesn't work. Fuck the videos, fuck what's on social media, fuck what the guy down the street who's been doing this for 30 years, says works. Things change. Dogs change. The way people attack each other changes. Mental health is on a fucking decline. A bark is not enough to stop some people. That's a challenge for some people. Oh, you bitch ass dog barking at me, I'll fuck your dog up. I've literally had that same sentence told to me.
Ooh,
so
goddamn.
So it's wild. And the parallels are amazing, man. Across the board when it comes to anything in dogs. It's all similar. You got the old school that's kind of riding on forgotten coattails, and then you have people that are still improving.
Forgotten coattail, I like that.
People, then you got the younger guys, or at least the older guys that understand that you still got to improve. You got to improve. Because, I was looking at, I still look at pits once in a while, and I'm looking at this famous breeder, and I'm going to leave him unnamed, but he talks about the golden
don't tell me nothing. I don't hear that bullshit. But go ahead. I know exactly what you said. That damn lie. Go ahead.
So you know where I'm going with that. And I'm like, all right, well, what are these dogs' purpose? And I was about to comment that shit. Like, what are we buying them for?
Man, look, when they come to that one, he's just a salesman, man. Or he's just a salesman. That's all that one is.
Them collars are fire. I will say them collars are fire.
Man, all of them that color.
The collars. The collars.
Oh, the collars. Oh, yeah. No, I can't knock that.
Yeah,
I do got to give respect to that. I do got to give respect to that.
Hey, but everything out here is a lesson. Everything out here is a lesson. Because there's protection dog guys that do the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
There's guard dog breeders that do the same thing. You had a dog back in the 80s or the 90s that was the best guard dog in the world. But you're not testing none of the younger generations to see if they could do the same thing they pop did.
Yep. Yep, not whatsoever. Just sitting here just going off of old stories of the past and what the back stuff did. Oh yeah, we did this here, and I took them out to here. I know you heard about it. Yeah, but I'm on my Janet Jackson shit, man. What have you done for me lately? I'm on that right now.
Oh yeah. All right, y'all. I'm about to head off. So a quick summary of what was talked about for those that are still listening. If you look at the live title, it says, "Does the American Pitbull Terrier have a place in the modern world?" The general answer is yes. Keep the dog in its place. K9 ProSeeds gave some fucking dope-ass advice, some really good advice about this. And, the breed needs to stay the breed. It needs to stay in its place. It can do anything as long as it's in the right hands and you know what you're working with. So do they have a place in the modern world? It's not a big spot, but they still got a spot.